Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Paul Juckmus, and I'd like to do a review of the Atlas Vise by Wolff Industries, manufactured here in the United States. I got this vise from Southwest Custom Fly Rods, and I got a really nice deal on it, and I recommend them highly. It came very quickly, and there was no problems at all. So first of all, here's the vise. This is pretty much what you get in the package. There's also a set of Allen wrenches. You get a nice, heavy, beautiful blue pedestal base here with little suction cups underneath. And they also throw in the C-clamp, and a nice C-clamp brass handle. And I added a little, actually this is a mouse pad I cut out and added just a little protection there, but that's just something I did. So the first thing you notice is how heavy this base is. This base isn't going anyplace. And I actually have my fish scale here, and we'll give it a quick weigh and then move on. You gotta be able to catch it. There we go. Okay, comes in at 3 pounds 12 ounces, and the other time it weighed is 3 pounds 13 ounces, so that's pretty close if you can see that. I hope 3 pounds 12 ounces. Okay, and then when I weigh my C-clamp, okay, we see that it comes in at 5 ounces. And so there we go. You can see that on the camera, I hope. But it comes in at 5 ounces. So what that means to me is if I were to travel, I would take this little 5-ounce C-clamp that I now put a little soft pad in, rather than this very heavy pedestal vase. So, okay, well, let's put it together. Very simple. Comes with a nice adapter here, just screws right into the base. And at the bottom of the adapter is a nice knurled surface, so you get a nice turn on that. And then the rest, this is how it comes packaged, just like that. I've all wrapped in bubble wrapped in a very modest cardboard box. Putting this in, cinching that down, and there we are. We're all ready to go. Now I added a little foam pad I made because I think that's a really pretty base, and so I just added this little mouse pad. I cut it out, it fits right in there, and I glued a little piece of magnet. Came out of a hook package, one of the Umpqua hook packages. There just as a little hook keeper. So I did that. And see, it looks kind of nice there. So, very, very, very pretty vise, a nice vise. I love the stainless steel. It makes me want to polish it all the time. Very attractive. Comes with this, came with the material clip. One thing about the material clip is it was too loose, so the material would get lost inside the little grooves. A very easy solution, ran a piece of wire up through the center, twisted it over the top of the bar here, twisted it up while holding the spring tight, and so now I have a variety of widths again, from small to larger, back to small again. So easy solution on that. Okay, well, there's a couple reasons why I chose this vise over the others. I've been researching them for about a year, and I haven't had much of a chance to touch any of the vises. I finally got a chance to give this one a try, the Mongoose and the Peak a try. Those were the ones I was looking at specifically. And there were several reasons why I finally settled on this vise. This vise seems to get less attention than the others. This is again the Atlas vise from Wolff Industries in Wolff Industry, Indiana, I think. This vise has a separate drag or resistance system from its locking mechanism. So, you know, on some of the vices, you just have the one locking mechanism, and that also acts as your drag. And I prefer to have it separate. This has a separate drag here on the back, and so you can see with the drag loose, it's hard to keep up with, but tightening it up somewhat, and there it smooths it right out, and it is a smooth vise. This vise does have a weight break-in period. I'm going to call it a 2-week break-in period, whatever that means. But I probably tied 20 flies on it before the hook clamp broke in, and this was a little bit stiff at the top end, but now that's smoothed out. So it does have a break-in period. I think the manufacturers might do well to include that in their directions. So that was one main reason, is it has a separate friction knob or drag system here for your rotary from the lock part. Another big reason that I chose this vise is because this portion here that I'm going to call a barrel can slide up and down and be locked into place. And what this allows you to do is change where your axis is going to be on your hook, so you can get a true rotation. For example, if I put a salt hook in here, I'd be moving this barrel all the way up to get as small of a concentric here as I can. And if it's on like a midge, I would go completely the other direction, so laying this all the way down, and so I can get a small turn there. I have a hook here. I'll give you kind of a quick little demonstration. So, very simple to put the hook in. This knob here, if you turn it up, it opens the jaws to accommodate bigger hooks. If you turn it down, it makes the jaws smaller to accommodate smaller hooks. And right now I have it set. This is a size 12 Mustad 9672? Well, Mustad's 4X streamer hook. It's a 96 something. Glasses on. And I tried to do this video before and it took me too long, so I'll try not to take nearly as much time this time. So let's get the hook set in here. See if I can set maybe in a way that you can see a little bit better. And I want to get that fairly horizontal. Okay, just do a little handshake there and it's in. And I didn't get this quite tightened down enough, but that's the fault of the tire, not the fault of the vise. Okay, and that's all there is to that. So let's take a look at it. Let's see here. Now my ruler's only got numbers on one side. We'll do it like this. Okay, let's see how it goes when we give it a good little spin here. Well, that's pretty good. That's really right on its axis right there, I think. So even at the top, where it sits on the ruler, there, and that's very close. That's a very close true rotary vise right there. So let's mess it up. So I'll take it and let's put it down as if it was a saltwater hook and show you what that looks like. So setting this up here, you can see where it's sitting, and then coming up, you can see it drop way down, way up. Terribly wide concentric. Remember where it was before, just barely moving. Of course, we do the other thing, take it, run it clear the other direction, and this time it's going to go way high instead of way low. So there it is, and then when it comes up on the top, it goes way up. So let's see if we can't quickly put this back in its place. So we'll take it and we'll set it down. I kind of know sort of where it's at, so right about there. Okay, and let me do a test here. Well, we're getting close. So I can see that my hook isn't quite level, so that kind of throws it off. Level in the... Well, that's pretty close right there, actually. I can get it closer and closer. So the way I do it is at the top of the cycle, that's where it's going to be most off. And it's dropping just a little bit low. And since it's a little bit low, I want to go opposite of what I do with the saltwater hook. So I'm going to move it up just a smidge. Let's see what that did. Actually, yes, that put it right on its place. So if that shows up, I hope this all showed up on the camera. That's a quick little demonstration. But my hook, again, isn't quite horizontal, but it's going right around on its axis. So moving along, that was one important selling feature to me there, was the fact that I could change to accommodate different size hooks. I'm sure it doesn't matter that much. The people that have a fixed rotation spot or axis, I'm sure that it matches the mean and median of most of the fly hooks that fly tyers use. But that was a selling feature for me. The other selling feature for me was this actually accommodate hook sizes from 7/0 down to 32. And based on the reviews I've read, no one was able to max it out or go smaller. I think the smallest the person tied on was size 24, and he said that was no problem, and I think it was like 3/0 or something like that was the big one, and no problem. Also, see how narrow the jaws are? A lot of room to work around on this hook, a lot of room. One of the features that I found that I liked that I didn't know was it is very, very user-friendly. I can lock it into place easily with one hand by just using my thumb on that thumb screw. Very easy to do. See over here, I can just any place lock it around wherever I need to, lock it, unlock it, bring it back, lock it, unlock it, lock it, and I never have to engage my other hand. I can always just move it and set it. I can also, with the one hand, always adjust my friction. The easiest way I found to adjust the friction is go ahead and lock it in place and then turn your knob. So some of the other features that were not necessarily selling features for me that this vise has to offer is this arm here, very comfortable, has the ball on the end just like here. It adds a little extra comfort when you try to lock it in. It doesn't hurt the palm of your hand or whatever you're using for leverage. And this one, they grooved it out here so that my finger fits in here very nicely. It's very comfortable to me there. And that ball on the end keeps it from coming off. If I wanted a T-handle, I noticed that the ball is bigger than the rest of this shaft. So I could drill a hole in any piece of material, like a little piece of wood or anything, and drop it on there and I'd have a T-handle. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think as I get better as a rotary vise tire, I'm probably going to do most of my work very close around the center of this hub. That's where the speed's going to be. So I don't think I'm going to want a handle where I have to come out here and do all this extra work when I will eventually just move my finger right around the center. But anyway, I could do that. The other thing is this handle is removable and it goes into either one of 3 other spots, so 4 locations you could place it if you liked it in a different spot. And each location has an Allen set screw, kind of a placeholder there that I, from the directions, say they need to stay in there. Okay. In order to make this vise, a left-handed vise, very easy. On this, you take the T-handle screw out here and put it on this side, replacing the little set Allen screw that you'll put on this side. And you'll do the same thing here. Put it on this side, take the little set screw, put it on this side. And then after you do that, now you have a left-handed vise with all your knobs and stuff on this side. Very simple. So, that's some of my reasons why I really like the Atlas Vise by Wolff. Manufactured here in the U.S. This was certainly unsolicited, and I'm certainly an amateur, but I thought I'd share my experience. It's a great vise. I'm very, very happy with it. Whenever I read any reviews on it, the words that always came up were sturdy, indestructible, last a lifetime, and I concur. Thank you very much for the little review. I recommend this vise highly. I think it should get more attention.